It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Milwaukee, where the Bucks will be going up against the Orlando Magic. For the Magic, they won their last contest, that game against the Mavericks at American Airlines Center. A great win for them, and they rose to the occasion and pulled off the upset, riding high right now. And the Bucks securing $250 million with a B dollars worth of funding from Milwaukee to build a new arena. Wow. Construction underway, and they're hoping to move in next season, guys.
Man, I should move to Milwaukee. They're giving away that kind of money.
That's my hometown, by the way.
Wow.
I was born in Milwaukee.
The mean streets of Milwaukee.
Yeah, I survived the mean streets of Milwaukee, North 68th Street to be exact.
Well, it's a big part of keeping a team there because, you know, there's been some rumors about people wanting to move that team and the ownership possibly. So now it's not the biggest market, but right now they sweeten the pot up a little bit.
You know, the Bucks' new ownership is staying true to their word, working to keep the team in Milwaukee. You look at the picture of this arena, it's going to be spectacular.
Cannot wait for the grand opening of the Ernie Dome.
Are you going to go?
In Milwaukee.
The Ernie Dome.
The
I like
Ernie
that.
Dome. There you go. Hey, Kevin Harlan, take it away.
The Ernie Dome.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Milwaukee at BMO Harris Bradley Center. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. This game in Milwaukee marks the start of a homestand for the Bucks. This is a game they expect to win. They come into this matchup confident and ready to take care of business.
Well, it's always nice to come home. You're comfortable, you're excited, and certainly you have the fans there looking for you to bring your best basketball and get a win. And oftentimes, your fans can energize you when you're in your home building.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo came to the NBA as an unheralded 19-year-old from Greece, but he's been a quick study at the NBA level. One reason? He actually takes notes. He said, "We all make mistakes and your mind can't remember them all. I write what I did wrong and what worked. I'm going to keep it going. Someday I'll have a collection." And with that dedication, Kevin, the sky is the limit for the Greek Freak.
Boy, that's fascinating stuff, DA. Thank you so much. What better way to learn from your mistakes? For a young player, Clark, it's adjusting to the speed of the NBA and the length of the schedule. So how do you power through that rookie wall? How do you survive that?
Well, there's no magic formula, Kevin. You just have to stay the course because it comes in different times for different players. For me, it was after about 60 games. I was a starter playing 34, 35 minutes a game. So it was a combination of fatigue and just getting used to 2.5 times more games than I had ever played in my career. So you fight through it, stay with your habits, stay with your preparation, and eventually you find your legs.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. The big men are Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier and Ross, they're the wings. And it's Mack in at the 1. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Brogdon. Back to Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. And so here's Orlando. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted. Man, you like this intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
Mack, good.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Bledsoe right side. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Here's Brogdon. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
There's the pick. Vucevic with it, and it's Henson picking him up. Vucevic is screen on Bledsoe. Here's Fournier. And they will call over the back on the play.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
I thought maybe with a little more hustle, he might have been able to get around him, but he was just a step late.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And what an advantage it is for players in the Bucks to be able to pick the brain of Coach Jason Kidd. Kidd is a player who found success in so many formats, under so many schemes, under many coaches, from winning NBA titles as well as international titles when he played the game.
I don't know how much more I can embellish that, but you're right, Kevin. There's a lot to be learned from old number 5. I mean, Kidd has also shown a knack for imparting his knowledge, which is rich and deep, to his guards. And when you've got a young team like the Bucks are, to have a coach with Kidd's experience and IQ, man, what a blessing for those guys.
Back on top, guarded by Bledsoe. Shot by Gordon, wide open. The Magic again can't hit. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. No good from Bledsoe. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Brogdon against Fournier. Outside Gordon. This one for 3. Again, the miss by Gordon. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against Indiana.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Yep, exactly. And it also stretches that defense out a little bit, expands the floor for you, and makes things really hard for the defenders when you space and stretch them like that.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's coming off a 16-point game against Indiana.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night.
Now here's Fournier. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go. Good on the shot.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out how that one went in. Don't think they drew it up that way, but hey, it still counts because it worked.
Now here's Bledsoe. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Mag dishes to Ross. Pick by Vucevic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Great appreciation for Ross. Never afraid of going into the contact on the way up. Well done.
And Clark, as a Midwest guy, you grew up watching your teams go up against the Bucks, and even as a player you faced off against them more than your fair share. When you think about the history of the Milwaukee Bucks, who leaves an imprint on your mind for how they help that franchise?
Well, guys that I actually played against, Sid Moncrief would be at the top of the list because he was so integral to the Bucs' success. Really good at both ends of the floor, a leader. I didn't have to guard him, but I played against those really good Bucs teams in the early mid-'80s, and he was a big part of that.
And when you look at this Magic team with their talent, what should their identity be?
Well, I think it should be up-tempo, defensive-oriented. They've got really good athletes, and defending at a high level with that kind of athleticism is doable, and I think would lead to easier offense. And that's what I think they have to foundation themselves on.
And the Magic benefiting from multiple first-round picks this summer. They needed the help.
Yeah, they did, and they need a big hit in the draft. I mean, they've lacked star talent, and we know this is a talent-driven league. Either you develop stars or you pull them into your fold. They've got to find some difference makers. There's no doubt about that.
Here's Middleton, banked in off the glass. Middleton's got his first bucket of the night.
Man, I tell you what, Middleton does a nice job using his length inside. You know, when he gets in a good spot, he's a high percentage shooter from there.
Now here's Matt. He had 10 points in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Here's Vucevic. The Magic again can't hit.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. That gives them the lead. Brogdon's got his second basket of the game.
And Antetokounmpo just, I mean, showing you once again what an all-around superb talent he is. I mean, he really moves that ball on offense.
Here's Vucevic. Another miss by Vucevic.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Baseline J on the way. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 6.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. He can't hit that time. So Orlando will take it the other way. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. It's very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Here's Bledsoe. The Magic getting the bucket. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
I tell you what, it's absolutely foolish and futile to let Antetokounmpo get space to sprint towards the rim. I mean, the dunks he jams home are just downright filthy, ugly, nasty, wicked.
Here are the Magic now after the basket by Milwaukee. Ross, that's good.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Bucks trail by 4. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. He kicks to Zeller. Back to Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
Orlando's gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
You know, certainly, Kevin, the strength of this Milwaukee team, one of the strengths anyway, is the length they have. I mean, have reach at all positions, but especially up front. They just need some time to develop, but a strong base is there.
And to help with the development with all the young length the Bucks have, well, they brought in Kevin Garnett to work with the team last season. What a great move. Exactly who you want to be in their head and in that role.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know KG from your time working with the Timberwolves when he was early in his career. And to have him work with Maker and Parker and Giannis, wow. And Giannis actually admired KG growing up, so even a bigger win-win to have him there. A big part of the conversation was having the right mentality to play and succeed in the NBA, and we know KG had the right mentality for a long time.
Well said, Clark, well said. Here's Augustine after the basket by Milwaukee. Off the pick, and that one goes long. For Milwaukee, they've gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter, and stolen by Afflalo. Takes the 3. Doesn't go for him. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And Muhammad kicks to Zeller, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Bucks.
And I think they had the right idea. They didn't rely too much on the three-point shot or, for that matter, the inside game. They kind of altered their game plan depending on the opponent and really avoided being one-dimensional.
The Magic shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Now here is Augustine. Defense is right there. Here's Isaac. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
The Magic shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And the story for Jonathan Isaac, as a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis.
Going up, Clark, you were Mr. Basketball USA, a national ranking. Be truthful. How dominant were you in high school in Cleveland, Ohio?
I was a really good high school player, considered one of the top 2 or 3 in the country in 1979, which was actually perhaps the best high school class ever. Documented by many who follow the game: Isaiah Thomas and Sam Bowie, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Dale Ellis, Terry Cummings, Dominique Wilkins. I could go on and on. A terrific class, and I was considered at the top of that class as a high schooler.
Shot clock at 6. Augustine from outside buries the long-range jumper. Augustine's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, and Augustine continues to get it done from deep, Kevin. A consistent 3-ball shooter who gets his shot up in a hurry.
Parker inside, and it's good for 2. Parker's got his first points of the night.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Spates dishes to Augustine. Stolen by Dellavedova. Parker outside. Kicks it to Muhammad. Over Simmons. Teletovic in the corner. Goes back up. Augustine with the steal. It's 2-on-1. Pull up Jay. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
That's tipped and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to show you the teams leading the league in assists this season. The Bucks second.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's the screen. Knocked loose. Here's Isaac. Teletovic grabs the board. The Bucks trail. Here's Muhammad. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Looked like he rushed the layup to me. I mean, the defense was late on contesting that one.
Aflalo, no good. Parker, right side. Pass to Dellavedova. No one near him. It's good.
Phenomenal court vision by Parker. He really has all the tools to be a great player in this league.
46 seconds left here in the first quarter. They set the pick. Spades with a screen on Teletovic. Shot clock at 5. And here's Simmons for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Simmons got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. .29 seconds left in the first quarter. Dellavedova. Here's Muhammad. Dishes it to Teletovic. Over to the left wing. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Terrific activity from Isaac. Excellent at using his length to get those steals.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
One shot.
That's good from Isaac.
Well, this guy packs a nice skill set, Jonathan Isaac. A slender big man who has nice range and is a superb defender already.
Parker outside, jacks up a 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Parker's got 5. Augustine. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Magic out in front. They lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And so far it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Orlando.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
The Bucks shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. In a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Simmons, Maurice Spades out there with Isaac, then there's a Flalo, and it's Augustine in at the point guard. Parker left side. And the dunk by Parker.
Really hard to match up with the athleticism of Parker, especially when he's taking it strong to the cup.
Parker's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Augustine passes to a Flalo. Here's Isaac, covered by Parker. Simmons on the wing. And a Flalo kicks to Augustine. 5 to shoot. Simmons sets a screen for Augustine. The putback, and Simmons is right there. Simmons got his second bucket.
A guy like him cannot be left alone around the hoop. If you do, it'll be buffet style all day long. Plenty of seconds right there.
The dish to Teletovic. And it's Parker in the corner. Back to Teletovic. Three-pointer, Dellavedova. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
There's the screen and a wide open look for Simmons. Orlando with a fresh 24. Magic moving the ball around. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession.
Now we get a chance to check out Shabazz Muhammad. How his last 10 games have gone. Getting around 12 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
And there's the pass to Gordon. Here's Spates. Gordon. And the second chance effort by Gordon. And the Magic lead by 1.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Henson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
A different look for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Jabari Parker. Chris Middleton comes in for Muhammad. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Matthew Dellavedova. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Spates. Ross comes in for Isaac. Evan Fournier's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Max subbed in for Augustine. Now here's Vucevic. A 17-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
Yeah, but you can't talk about his performance without mentioning what he did defensively in terms of shot blocking. He was a force of nature.
Antetokounmpo pulls it in. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Brogdon kicks to Bledsoe. He's looking for Middleton and finds him. Outside for Bledsoe. A second chance effort, and it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Fournier against Brogdon. Fournier with the ball. 6 points for him. Jacks up a 3. Once again off the mark, Orlando. The Bucks trail. And stolen by Fournier. 3 on 3. Gordon a screen. Brogdon against Fournier. And Henson sends it back.
Hey, that reach of Henson, remarkably long, unbelievably long. And that allows him to wipe away shots effectively.
Bledsoe dishes to Middleton. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Orlando's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Gordon and Henson sends it back. Now the Bucks moving it up. Shot to stop the drought. Tries again. Goes up with it. Bledsoe for 3. And the Bucks miss again.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Henson sets a screen for Middleton. And the Bucks miss again.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot that if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Bledsoe, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. Magic leading by 4. And Matt kicks to Fournier. He dishes it to Vucevic. Here's Gordon. Sinks that one from the post. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
The three-pointer is right on target.
Man, this kid is a remarkable athlete who knows how to put the ball in the basket. His offensive attack is really lethal. He's a special talent. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Now here's Matt. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And it's Vucevic missing.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
You know, Kevin, when you watch Giannis, it's impossible to not see how much he impacts the game. I mean, you can never feel comfortable as an opposing team when Giannis is in action at either end of the floor. Offensively, he's a problem, and defensively, he's a nightmare.
The Bucks shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And it's tied up with that one. And the stats for Giannis are equally impressive with how many categories in the box score he can fill up. What is scary, Clark, is that he's just scratching the surface.
He's such a young guy. You forget about it because his game has a maturity to it, even though you see a rawness to it as well. I mean, this guy has a tremendous upside. I think he's a player that could be one of the most unique players we've ever had in the league.
The Bucks have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
Bledsoe hits them both. And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. I mean, opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
No good from Ross.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Here's Brogdon. It's tipped.
Great play by Ross. I mean, using that bouncing ability at the defensive end, love it.
And Mack has it in the corner. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Mack's got it all tied up now for the Magic. Milwaukee's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. And there's the feed to Zeller. Here's Bledsoe. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Clark, some great players who can score no matter the situation. With that in mind, who do you think are some of the best finishers right now in a congested lane and in a lot of traffic?
Well, there's only one guy on this list for me. I've never seen anybody do the contorting and the finishing from multiple angles against all size of defender that Kyrie Irving does. He is head and shoulders above any other finisher in the league, in my opinion. Nobody has done it like that guy does.
The first free throw is good. I think it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least one championship by the year 2030, and I gotta say that's an interesting quote to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term. And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Man, like the way Vucevic, after contact, continues to work through and concentrate on the bucket. That's a credit to his body control.
And you look at the post-up bangers who don't block shots at a high level. More and more, we're seeing teams relegate them to that 6-man role off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how that affects a guy like Vucevic, who fits that description.
Greg, why is it, do you think, that teams want those more floor-bound, post-up big men like Vucevic coming off the bench?
I think two things. First of all, their defensive shortcomings are less exposed playing against other reserves. Also, their ability to create offense on the block has more value with that second unit because that group tends to have their struggles in terms of scoring the basketball.
The Bucks have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And he makes the first. And a big story for the Bucks team is that they are slated to play their last season here at the BMO Harris Bradley Center. And then starting in 2018, they'll be playing next door at what should be a beautiful complex.
Yeah, and it was part of the plan to keep the Bucks happy and playing here in Milwaukee. Goal is to have the venue act as a new centerpiece for the downtown district, and it seems like a fantastic place to build a state-of-the-art NBA arena.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Fires high post, and a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Vucevic has got 5 points in the quarter. Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 6. They set the pick. Lets it go with a 3. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Now here is Augustine. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And it's put back in by Vucevic.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Here's Bledsoe. 9 points in the game so far. And Muhammad gets it to go.
Yeah, he's a powerful wing player, Kevin. Muhammad, I think, likes to operate in the painted area best.
Augustine passes to Ross. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound. Here's Vucevic. And at last, they get one to fall.
Well, I liked the first quarter he had. I mean, and I'm loving the second quarter even more. Playing with a lot of momentum right now.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 13 points in the game. Here's Teletovic. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Teletovic has got his first points in this one. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Picked by Vucevic. Here's Augustine. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And, you know, the speedy Augustine is really an excellent teammate and a dependable role player, a veteran presence who can really stroke it.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Parker's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Eric Bledsoe. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And if you're running the Magic, Greg, what's the roadmap to contention?
Well, first and foremost, it's always going to have to start through the draft. I mean, you've got to be able to get core pieces there. And then you want to continue to add perimeter shooting and focus on developing your young talent based on the way the game is played today.
I just love what Muhammad can do, Clark, for a team coming off the bench. Always looks to attack the basket, and when he is locked in, can function as one of the better 6 men in the league.
Yeah, you know, for some guys, Kevin, being a rotational player off the bench is a hand-in-glove fit. And I think Muhammad falls into that category. I mean, you can give him a start if you needed to. He's not the best defender, but you love what he brings on offense, particularly if he's coming off the bench.
That free throw missing.
You know, Shabazz Muhammad was one of the biggest names in all of high school sports as a senior. He's still trying to find that same kind of buzz and groove at this level.
And he's good on the second. Here is Augustine. 5 points in the game. Feeds it to Spates. Over Zeller. And Spates with the basket on the assist by Augustine. And the Magic lead by 2.
And DJ Augustine knows what he's out there for, to distribute the ball. I mean, always has his head on a swivel, and he's looking to find his teammates.
Now, here's Parker. His last outing, 16 points for him. Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova. Orlando's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Spates kicks to Aflalo. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Good work there as it goes.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Now Dellavedova. He's got 9. He feeds it to Muhammad. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. Muhammad's got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
And here is Simmons. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Spates sets a screen. From deep, Aflalo. Tie game in Milwaukee. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking, get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 13 points, 3 block shots, and 9 rebounds. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Antetokounmpo in this game has been everywhere.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination. Strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Milwaukee's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Malcolm Brogdon out there at Bledsoe.
Then it's John Henson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Clock at 6. No good with the triple. Well, Orlando shooting under 40% all in all for the game. The alley-oop finish is off the mark. The Bucks shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Brogdon the pass to Bledsoe. It's stolen by Mack. And it's sent back by Bledsoe. And it's Middleton penetrating. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Middleton's gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's foul number 2 for him. The Magic have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Fournier with the ball. He's got 6. Ross kicks to Vucevic. And Mack has it in the corner. Pick by Vucevic. 5 on the clock. Off the pick.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Gordon a screen. Good ball movement here by the Magic. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Bledsoe dishes to Henson. Shoots it up. Shot's good by Bledsoe. And it's a 4-point Bucks lead. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ross kicks to Vucevic. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
It's obvious down in the paint is where Vucevic is most comfortable, just utilizing his size and strength against anybody who tries to defend him.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 15. And it's Middleton penetrating. Fires the 3. Mack grabs the miss.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
Drilled from 11 feet out. Mack's got it all tied up now for Orlando.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
Pass to Middleton. He kicks to Henson. To the inside, Bledsoe. And he makes that one. Bledsoe's got 13.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Shot from free throw range, and the shot falls short this time.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Second shot opportunity, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Bucks number 1.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
First free throw is good. And Clark, if you're a player on a cold streak, either in a game or over a couple games, does that tend to stay with you and get in your head?
You know, it's been so long since I played, Kevin. I would like to think that it didn't with me because the games came so fast. You're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week. You don't have time to loiter on a good game or bad game because the next one is on top of you. So I typically was able to get on to the next play within a game and to the next game after the prior game.
Now here's Brogdon. Here's Henson. Pass to Brogdon. Shoots over Fournier, and that one's good. Brogdon. Brogdon's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Orlando trailing here. Pick by Vucevic. Here's Mack. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 13. Back to Antetokounmpo. And a miss there on the triple.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Kicks it to Mack. Over Bledsoe. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Milwaukee is getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Vucevic with the block.
And you know, with Vucevic, as is the case with all shot blockers, it's about timing. And how can you bait that shooter into shooting a shot that you know you can block?
Bledsoe kicks to Henson. Shoots over Vucevic. That one off the back iron and out. They could retake the lead after trailing for a while.
Nice work to hang around and just give yourself a chance. Put yourself in position.
And they take the lead. 9 points for Terrence Ross.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Clark, what is amazing about how Giannis plays is how much ground he can cover. It's like he shrinks the floor with how long and tall he is and his stride when going end to end or just attacking the basket.
Agreed. And how about this? I mean, he's Euro stepping at 7 feet tall. I mean, that's like a dance move, and this guy's doing it with ease. His size and movement and grace. Looks like at times he's on another planet playing against the best players in the world. The Greek Freak has set a standard on what it means to have elite athleticism in the NBA that very few can match.
First one falls for him.
You know, when it comes to versatility, the Greek Freak, Giannis, is one of the very best in the league. I mean, his shooting, ball handling, and defense are really otherworldly.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Jabari Parker comes in for Chris Middleton, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Eric Bledsoe. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Well, Orlando shooting is leaving something to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. And Mack kicks to Afflalo. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Vucevic. Rebounded by the Bucks. Henson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Brogdon, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight.
I don't think they have anybody to blame but themselves there. I mean, that's just inexcusable to let a guy get this deep inside.
Now, here's Fournier. He has 6. And it's Vucevic missing. Milwaukee in the lead. Pass to Brogdon. To the paint. It's stolen by Vucevic. Fast break. Here come the Magic. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
Boy, the deceptively long reach of Fournier. He really extends his release going into the defense off the drive.
And Evan Fournier out of France. His father was a judo champion.
And you know, Fournier is conscious of European players' reputation for being more finesse, soft, if you will. And I think he's done a nice job being aggressive and getting himself to the free throw line by playing a more physical game. I think at 6'7", he wants to dispel that reputation as being a finesse guy.
And he knocks down the first one.
Out of France, the sharp shooting Fournier, an important player to this team because of his scoring ability.
A different look for Milwaukee. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Muhammad in for Malcolm Brogdon. Orlando also making some changes. Spates checked in for Vucevic. Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon, and DJ Augustine subbed in for Mack. And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
Teletovic passes to Muhammad. A three-pointer off the mark. Magic shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Augustine dishes to Afflalo. Back to Augustine. Over to the wing. Spates against Henson. No good from Spates.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Teletovic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Teletovic has great touch inside. A skilled scorer near the basket.
There's a good screen. Here's Fournier. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Fournier's got 9 points. Milwaukee's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Dellavedova kicks to Henson. Back to Dellavedova. Launches a three. No good that time. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. That'll be the third game of this three-game road trip. The offensive rebound. And Spates gets it to go. Spates has got his second bucket. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail-biter.
No one near Teletovic as he lets it go. Parker, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, really love the second effort on the glass from Parker. This guy never gives up on the offensive glass.
At the elbow, it's Afflalo. There's the pick. Back to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Yeah, there you see the IQ of Augustine. I mean, he's really good at putting himself in a solid position to shoot off the pick.
Dellavedova kicks to Parker. Henson with the screen. Up off the screen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Magic.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And Greg, when Jabari Parker is healthy, he has shown that he can be a go-to scorer in this league.
Parker reminds me a bit of how Carmelo Anthony looked at the same age. His ability to just blow by defenders is going to always be something he can lean on. Just fantastic with how efficient he is at this age.
Good on the second free throw.
I like Parker's versatility. He can play both forward positions, in part because he's so long and big, and he's got excellent mobility.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 8. Pass to Isaac. Unable to get that one. Good D by Parker.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Orlando leading. And Augustine kicks to Simmons. Spates sets a screen. Over Zeller. No good from Spates. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Milwaukee, no good that time either. The Magic shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. Augustine's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And I think this is an area where Augustine is deadly, a high percentage mid-range shooter.
Zeller passes to Dellavedova. Dishes it to Muhammad. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
We've got a moment now to see how the Magic are doing in the NBA rankings right now.
And the ball has been moving just beautifully for them. There's that trust that when you get open, the ball will find you and also find you on time. You see guys cut harder, and it becomes infectious.
And he makes the first. Muhammad hits them both. Here's Augustine. He's got 10. Pass to Isaac. To the middle. Here's Spates. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Spates has got his third basket of the night.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Muhammad. He's got 9. Here's Teletovic, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Orlando called for the foul.
And this is how Teletovic plays. I mean, a physical forward who's not shying away from contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
Free throw dropped for Teletovic.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Hey, Teletovic is a perfect stretch forward. Helps space the floor with his knockdown long-range shooting and knows how to play the game.
Now here's Simmons. 5 points in the game. Spates with a screen on Teletovic. Aflalo, no good.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
Parker dishes to Dellavedova. Back to Parker. Oh, and here we go. Isaac's got the fast break chance. Rebound, Milwaukee.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Here's Dellavedova. Got a piece of it.
And the suffocating reach of Isaac is tough to overcome and outshoot. Excels at getting up and denying shots.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 10. Pass to Isaac. Shoots the 3. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 3 assists tonight. Here's Dellavedova. 4-point game. Now the dish to Muhammad. Now here is Dellavedova. 9 points in the game so far.
Hey, if you're on his team, you love the ferocity with which Dellavedova plays. I mean, it's what earns him these trips to the stripe, his toughness and grit.
First trip to the line for him here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Dellavedova.
And Dellavedova is a hard-nosed guy, tough guy, somebody who hustles for loose balls all the time. His teammates absolutely love his energy.
And both free throws good for Dellavedova. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Simmons. He has 5. They set the screen. Three-pointer Augustine kept alive. Isaac. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Magic lead by 2. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Play for each other, creators and receivers. Okay, share the ball. Here we go.
On everyone on the same page offensively, Frank Vogel saying to each man, do it for your teammates.
And, you know, I love the fact that he's promoting the spirit, the camaraderie between his guys. When they're working together, they are a lot harder to stop.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And so in the game for the Magic, Terrence Ross is out there with Isaac. Then it's Simmons. Then there's a Flalo, and it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Parker. Aaron Aflalo missing his last shot. The score now all even. Parker's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Bucks. And Aflalo kicks to Simmons. And the pass to Ross. Spade sets a screen for Ross. Outside for Simmons. Muhammad with the steal. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Muhammad. Chris Middleton's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Max checked in for Orlando. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. There's the screen. Ross passes to Spates. And the slam dunk by Spates.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Bledsoe kicks to Parker. Middleton, a screen on Spates. Toledovich, the screen. Back to Bledsoe. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 5 assists in the game.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Now here's Ross. Spades dishes to Ross. Count the basket and the foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
The defense made their presence felt, but Ross is just too explosive down there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Muhammad. Orlando also making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Spates. And Gordon subbed in for Isaac. Milwaukee's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Right side, Antetokounmpo. He dishes it to Parker. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Guys, he has been a major factor. Big time. Outstanding at getting quality looks and knocking them down.
Mack, the pass to Vucevic. Gordon with the screen for Vucevic. Here's the screen. Gordon a screen. Gordon with the screen for Ross. Just 5 to shoot. Simmons on the wing. From about 19 feet. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there. Made him uncomfortable. Got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
The Magic have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Here's Mack following the basket by Chris Middleton. And Mack kicks to Gordon. Simmons dishes to Ross. Over Middleton. And too long on the shot.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And that one's good, Brogdon.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
The Magic trail by 6. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Gordon. Here's Mack. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's Parker. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Shot to stop the run. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Brogdon with it. Now guarded by Simmons. Brogdon kicks to Middleton. Back to Brogdon. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo passes to Brogdon. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Bucks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
One shot.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And Clark, the topic of the need for league parity is something that's come up the last few years. Is that necessary for a healthy NBA?
I don't think so, Kevin. I mean, you can have it both ways. You can have tremendous popularity and success when you have a dominant team or 2 or 3. And you can also have it when there's great competitive balance. Currently, we have a circumstance and situation where the league is top-heavy in terms of championship contenders. But that won't last forever. And there will be a graduating back to a more competitive balance in time. So I think you enjoy the ride for what it is in the season and seasons that you have, whichever side of that coin you have.
Here is Ross. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Here's Vucevic. A second chance effort. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. No good from Ross.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Just a touch. I mean, it seems like he's forcing shots a little bit to me, Greg. Not playing his game right now, and with every miss, the pressure intensifies.
Matt, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Now Bledsoe, Middleton left side. In the corner, it's Brogdon. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Mack kicks to Vucevic. In for his 7th make in 13 tries.
Being that Vucevic is a high percentage shooter, especially from the post and mid-range, it's good to see him being aggressive. He's got to be shot hungry because of his high completion rate. So really taking control of the offense here.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. And there it is for him.
And Gordon's jumping ability combined with his reach make him a difficult matchup for any defense, especially when he's operating in the post.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. Antetokounmpo against Gordon. That one goes in.
24 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When Antetokounmpo is in the paint, you need to find him. You have to give him the ball there. I mean, he's an absolute monster in the post because he can shoot over most guys. And if he's defended well, he'll find you if you're open as a teammate.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And, guys, it's been a rugged brand of defense he's played. I don't know why they keep taking the ball at him. It seems like every time they have, he's come up with the rejection. And with every block, he's only gotten more and more fired up.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Frank Vogel talk to his team during the break. He told them that they're getting it done in the paint. He said, they can't guard us inside, guys. Keep taking it to them. Pound it down low. We'll see if they keep it up, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. Here's Middleton after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. And Middleton kicks to Brogdon. Henson in the corner. Middleton for three. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Now here's Matt. And Vucevic kicks to Gordon. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
The Magic trail by 9. Mack with the ball. Now guarded by Bledsoe. Mack dishes to Fournier. The feed to Ross. Gordon with a screen on Brogdon. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Vucevic missing. Bucks leading by 9.
Looking at Malcolm Brogdon, the first thing that jumps out at you is his poise. He's steady, unflappable, never in a rush, always playing at his own pace. And for a young player, that's not something you see very often.
Two shots.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Feeds to Fournier. Ross against Middleton. Picked by Vucevic. Ross kicks to Mack. Floats one, and Henson sends it back. The open shot. Gordon gets an open look and hits.
Boy, I like the confidence here. Gordon is excellent at realizing when he has room to shoot even before he has the ball. That's what we call seeing a play ahead.
Now here's Henson. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Ross against Middleton. Vucevic with the rebound.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
And Mack kicks to Ross. There's the pick. Back to Mack. Gordon a screen. Wide open. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from Mack.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Now here's Bledsoe. For three, Brogdon. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. And Matt kicks to Fournier.
It's over Brogdon. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. The Magic trail by 6. Mack the pass to Gordon. Mack dishes to Gordon. Fournier against Brogdon. Here's Vucevic. That one no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Brogdon kicks to Bledsoe. This is it to Antetokounmpo. Back to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Knocks it loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brogdon. And so here's Orlando. 6-point game. Mack the pass to Ross. Gordon with the screen for Ross. Here's Vucevic. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Vucevic has got 6 points in the quarter. 1:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Brogdon. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And here is Mack.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, this one is ready to be put on ice. Not a whole lot they can do from here.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 4 points. The basket there from Vucevic.
And, you know, you develop a level of trust with your teammates when you show the kind of concentration that Vucevic shows in these situations. He's the total package.
Now here's Bledsoe. He kicks to Middleton. It's hauled in by Gordon. A critical possession right here.
Crowd on pins and needles, Kev.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 4. 30 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Milwaukee on D. They lead by 4.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot, but this crowd all over, turned up.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
And those rebounds lead the team. I mean, he's been the tone setter for him today in terms of work ethic and glass eating.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, you guys really got after it tonight. Is this the kind of mentality you want to impose on the other team?
Just as long as I stay aggressive, you know, don't rush the game, don't get outside of my game, but continue to play hard.
Well, you got your teammates looking for you tonight, Jabari. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.